Hey everyone, let's go on a on a little adventure here. This is the dollar bill seal for here in the United States of America. This is our dollar bill. This is the seal on the back with that has been blended together. Excuse me. Now I've had it at this angle before. What I'm wanting to show here is this is like the eagle fallen. This is showing what's going to be happening here in the future. This seal was done by the United States in 1935, is when it was instituted. Now there's many images on here that you can find and everything, and you'll find them. But one of the ways to pull them out of there is to find the image itself, and then just don't let the other ones get involved. You know, find that one image, then maybe build upon it. Like, let's find this one right here. Like I've done these before. Let's do this again. Let's say you look inside of here. I've traced these all exactly right off of here. Okay, and say you reach in there and you find that skull right there with that eagle on it. See how that is? That's showing after the fall of America that the seal, or excuse me, yeah, the seal here is going to be the mark of the beast on your forehead. You see how it's being instituted? That's the mark of the beast on your forehead. I'm just going to go over a couple of these because I want to do a smaller one at this point. Like you look over on this side and you'll see that in the right hand on this side you can see that it's worked up too. Now this is representing like a barcode machine or whatever. This is after the rapture and after Revelation 18, I believe. Or maybe y'all might believe different. I'd love to hear somebody's opinion or so. After you, a second, I have to find each picture. Otherwise, it would take me a while. If I didn't use these pictures, it would take me a long time to get you to actually see the image and be able to pull it away from the other images that's involved in there. Now, in here also, you can see this angel-like character here, right here, which didn't make the rapture or whatever. And it's all traced right off there perfectly, nothing added. And you see this wings now, see how it's cut its head off? This is what you have to do if you didn't make the rapture. So he's having to have his head cut off during the time of testing, initializing the mark of the beast. Now, then we have the bigger one here, which is showing the rising of it all. They say each one, you can pull each picture out of there, each one. See how that's done? Okay, see how this big guy's coming? And he's got the little warrior pope inside of his hands there. Okay. See the little warrior pope? And he can even look different too. I can change him and he'll show a different picture. But that's what these things are showing. This is made so that one image will blend into the next image. And if you just give up, then you haven't read the whole basic story. You need to continue on and go for the next type of image off of there. Excuse me. Now, what I've been wanting to do now is to show over here on this right hand side. I've shown those other ones. We showed the mark of the beast. This is the fall of America as that falls there. This is my opinion of it. You can make your own. Now, what I want to show is some of the smaller stuff like I talked about. I'm going to show over here and I'm going to show the rapture, which is involved, which is the beginning of all of the events is what this is showing. This is telling the New World Order that as soon as the rapture happens, it's time for them to go about and set up their New World Order to start cutting off people's heads. It didn't, the time of testing. All right, now over on this side here, let me find my other little character thing here. Let me find him. Okay. Now inside of this picture, what you do is you try not to let it interfere with the other pictures. This is going to be smaller stuff. Now over here, inside of here, you see here, and there's like a little dog guy. Okay? You see him? He's wearing like a thing. He's a little dog man. He's fishing, and he's on a cloud. See? This is supposed to be Jesus represented as a dog. See the P for the Pleiades. Okay. He's right in here. See the little mask on the dog? See the little dog nose? See the dog nose, and then start to build things. See, he's wearing like a suit, and he's inside of this mouth part. Okay? And build your vision. We're going to build this now. Okay? See how he's right there, right inside there. I don't have the best camera. Sorry. See how he's in here? Now he's fishing. This is the Dog Star Sirius, as I've showed in my other ones on the Blue Kachina models and stuff. Whereas that's where our basic Stargate, or where Jesus will call us out from. Now see how he has a fishing pole, and he's over here, and see the hook, and see the little sheep on the end? Okay. See the dog. Let's build on it. There. Down. See the triangle or whatever? Pyramid. And then the little sheep here. And then this little sign here. This little sign, this is like a bobber. He's done throwing the bobber in. That little sign there is the Pleiades also. And we're going to build on this. Now, the biggest thing about all this is, I believe all this down here is basically the west coast of America. If you watch some of my other ones, you'll see why. I make a connection to the place where the souls are for Enoch. And that's how they come in there. Now let's build on that other thing. Hold on one second. Okay. Now, there's several images in here, and we're going to build them all, and we're going to come to them. And these are way small in there. Over here on this right-hand side of this, we have the dog, or the line, if you don't see it. Let's build on this. Look over here. You see right here? You see like this snake is inside here, and he's in a lock. And you see how the lock is dominoes. See? And he has a hook there. Over here. There you see the snake inside of the dominoes, below and above the hook. Right? Now we're going to go, and here comes the other thing where I show it's the west coast of the United States. Here is an attack. See the little jet airplane right here? He's shooting everything right over here, right where the Rapture's coming from. See the little jet? He's shooting the rockets over here. Because right there is the guy that's being raptured. Just right here. Cord and thing. See how it's down there? He's got his fishing pole. See how he has the little dunce hat on? The Catholics used to call that the Protestant hat, if you could look back at it. See how he's down there? And now the weight has fallen right down on him, and he's hooked up, and he's ready to be pulled up with the sheep. Right? He's been ready to be pulled up. He's right in here. Real small find in there. To be doing this stuff, you should have one of these. And you can see him in there. Right? Now we built upon that. Okay. I'll find my other one. Now if we look in there even more, I'm going to flash this up there. Right. Now if we look down here and we see this star that I talk about, here's the dog in there. There's the star. This stuff's hard. This is way advanced now. You can see right here. See this? See this man in there? See his face? And he's being called up. Just like I talked about before on that Dog Star Sirius. See how him? And remember I showed, for the guys that know some of my tapes, or some of my videos, remember I had my Phoenix guy down in my on my Blue Kachina ones and the Rapture showing. I show how this guy, he looks pretty familiar, doesn't he? He looks just like that guy. Okay, so that's that Phoenix guy. See him being called out? See, it's all different pictures of the same thing. You just have to build each one and then get rid of the other picture each time and build upon it. Right? This is what they know is coming. They know that time in the future. Don't forget the snake. We're going to put all this together. See the snake coming up? See the dominoes on him? And he's coming unglued. Now right underneath that one thing, here we get a little deeper. You can see this is like a shark now. Okay? We're from an airplane. It's a shark. It's coming down, landing on the guy there. Now you can go ahead and apply this to whatever you want. Now we're going to go to our dog guy. Now at the top of the thing, it changes again. And you can see him here. See him on his cloud with his fishing pole? You see at the top of his thing? See the little sheepy? The little dog thing that's come up? Boop. And he's got his little sheepy thing. He's putting them down in here and he's sending them to the Pleiades. Boop. He goes in there. I'll show you that in a second. You can barely see him. He's that little tiny black speck right there. You have to build him. So you have to build it. Once your vision will latch on to one thing and it'll lock onto it. And you have to get loose of it and not let it interfere with your next part of what you want to see. Like if you went ahead and looked down here and you built it and you looked in there, it's like, well, why are all these little dots in here? What are all these little, why is that mouth squiggly? Let's look in there. We go ahead and we do that, and we dig in there and we dig in there, and we get a frog. See the unclean frog? See his little mouth and his little arms? Okay, and it's all part of the same picture. You just have to look at it differently and put it together. See how he's an unclean frog? Right there, inside of there. So we have that unclean frog. Alright, now we were going to build on that. Let's see. Over here, remember we had the guy and the little bobber. He's throwing it down. It could be a meteorite hitting. Who the heck knows? Excuse me. And then he's over here. Now see, as he pulls up the little guy in the dunce hat, the dominoes will fall. As he comes up, as he pulls us up in the rapture, the dominoes fall. And then the snake will be released. Right? See him? He's pulling up the guy with the dunce hat. He's hooked onto this thing that crashed. Bam. And he's pulling him up, and it's unlocking. The dominoes are falling, and the little snake is coming out. If I look at this in a weird way that I kind of do, sometimes I can get the Olympic symbol out of this for when the snake might be released. Who knows when the rapture would actually be? Okay, and that's what I see in there. All right, see him? You see that? This is the whole picture of that. See the jet shooting. As soon as they rapture us, or whatever, as soon as the rapture happens, they're going to attack or blow everything up that they can and cover it up. And then that's going to cause the snake to rise up. See how that happens right there? Okay, you can call me crazy. Alright, we sure are finding an awful lot of those images on there. Let's go over to this side. Well, let's apply some revelations. They pick us up, they take us away, and then the grapes are thrown into the winepress. Let's go ahead and write in there. This is way up there. You'd have to use a magnifying glass to see. Okay, so this matches. So here, see the little man in there with the thing on like the thing, and he's got a sword in his hand. See the little grapes coming down, and they're like heads. Chop, chop, chop. He's chopping the heads off. Look at all the blood going. And this is a wine vat filling up. The ones that are going to the Pleiades again. You got to lose your head, and you can meet us all in the Pleiades or whatever, or go stand on the sea of glass and sing the song of Moses at that point while we're in the Pleiades, whatever the heck that is supposed to happen. See him in there? Okay, that's over here. So we have the wine press thing. Okay. We have this guy here right in the middle of that. Okay. See all that stuff going on? Poof, poof, poof. All that stuff right there. Okay. I'm throwing this stuff over there. And that going on there. And see, this is a cloud. It's flying up on a cloud. I know, I'm crazy. See that? See that stuff? It's all right in there. Once you pick out one picture, you got to stay with it. Otherwise, you'll get in there. See the frog? The frog's right there on the bottom. Right in there. The unclean frog that'll come after it all. Now, all of us together, maybe we'll be able to put it together of, what this is going to happen. See, he's getting the little sheepy thing. Where is that? I'm slacking. There we go. Right there. Just like that. Let's see the little dog one. Alright, and I thought I was going to do, okay. Now the last one, that's even the hardest one to do, as I said, is this works out a lot like my Mayan calendar one, where I've shown that you go up to the wedding feast and you get your new body, and then you're going over to the Pleiades. Because after this guy here, see, he's pulled you up and he's got your little dog. Look at here. See this little flower thing? That's you. That's your Holy Spirit. That's you inside of that flower. You see the little face here? He's sticking that in that little thing's head. And he's shooting it to the Pleiades, to heaven. See the little guy in there? Okay, and you build on this thing as you go with each one, you say. Now maybe all of us together can see that stuff. See him? Or how it applies. Okay. You see. And that's what we're doing. I believe this is the West Coast right here because of the other connections I've made with some other things in there. Alright. I'll show the one guy up here again, real quick. I'll show this bad dude right here. See him? See him right in there, sitting on there? And that is like the spindle. He's got a spindle here. He's sitting on the wine press. And he's got his hand on a thing, on a screw. He's treading the wine press. And he's chopping the heads off of the people there. That's pretty rough. He's way in there. You see that little white face? I made him white clothes. He's wearing black clothes. He's wearing little black clothes right there. He has a statue beside him. I didn't put the statue in there. That was a statue of that Spartan. A big Spartan thing. Okay, so that's about what we've got in there. We'll put our little guy. Like I say, you can watch my Blue Kachina is Sirius one if you want to see how he's going to actually call us out, where it's connected to the star Sirius, and then we go to the Pleiades. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, and God bless you. We can see that the Lord's going to be coming soon, and we don't know exactly how everything's going to go on, and but take a look at like this stuff and try to find those images in there. Maybe you can see a different picture in the rest, or even find a date or something. Who knows? Thank you very much, and God bless everybody.